What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Sunday night's late night agenda, fresh off the back of a derby victory over Everton. It is a result that leaves Liverpool 7 points clear of Chelsea, who are, of course, in the chase and pack. So the first question that we have for you guys tonight is that weekend of results enough for you to feel Champions League is Liverpool's? I think so. For me, yes. Look, I know mathematically it isn't certain, but 7 points clear with 5 games to go, and Chelsea being the way they have been and inconsistent, I don't see us letting this get out of our grasp at this point personally. So for me, I'm very firmly in the yes camp. Obviously had a little bit more time to digest that performance since, and look, let me put it this way. I don't care how you win a derby. You win it, you celebrate it, and today we did exactly that. So full credit to the boys for making sure they did keep going to the end. The delivery from Dominic Szoboszlai, who, by the way, had his 100th appearance today, and I should have mentioned that in the match reaction, and I forgot to, so that's on me. My apologies, and congratulations to Dom on that achievement, and of course on his assist as well for Virgil's goal. So yeah, lots to unpack from that today. It's a good evening, though. It's a good evening. Anytime you win a derby, celebrate it, enjoy it. We'll give you some post-match analysis and thoughts afterwards. Of course, we want to know how you guys are feeling after that one as well. And look, it's a derby. So in derbies, performance it's not irrelevant. I don't mean to say that, but it is about the result. And to leave the Hill Dickinson with the 3 points, it sort of makes up a little bit for the last game at Goodison last season, where, of course, that James Tarkowski equaliser broke our hearts a little bit. So to see the Reds get the late winner today, it really does feel satisfying. It does, and I'm delighted with the win. I haven't been able to stop really smiling since. Let's get stuck into it. So let's hear from Curtis Jones firstly, who, speaking after the match, said this about Everton potentially going within 2 points of us had they won. He said, look, this shows the team that we are and the team that they are. Potentially celebrating that they're 2 points behind us in one of our worst years. If that's what they take as a stepping stone or a step in the right direction, then I don't know. We didn't think about teams that are catching us. We only look forward and we know what we have to play in the Champions League. So I love it. A little dig there from Curtis towards Everton as well. And if we don't know whether this will be his last Merseyside derby, but if it was, at least he can go out with a win. Yeah, I don't know how this happened, but somehow the Echo thought Curtis Jones was a 9 in their scores. Now, I bring this up not to restart the conversation over Curtis Jones again, but I don't know how anybody watching the game today, from either side, could give out a 9 as a score. There was no 9s on that pitch today from anybody, but there was 2 goals put in the back of the net by us, and that'll do. That'll do. So look, let's get into how you guys are feeling. Best I felt after a match for a long time, Craig, and like you, after the Arsenal game, I was laughing. Yeah, it's so lovely. It hits different when you win a game at the death like that. I seen one comment that kind of made me think a little bit. Is it more satisfying to go out there and beat a team, let's say Everton, by 4-0, or do you feel happier that you get the job done at the end? It's a tough one because there's something handy about a 4 or 5-0 mauling, but to win at the death like that, it does hit different. Everton fans crying is my alcohol. So I've been chatting to a couple of Scousers after the match, and their Everton supporting mates were actually moaning about the injury time and saying that somehow the 11 minutes of injury time was the referees helping us. I don't know what to say to that. There was some injuries on both sides there. 11 minutes of stoppage time or not, both teams had the same chance to win the game. But Liverpool went up their end and we got the goal. So sorry about that, but also not sorry. Because what I would be angry about if I was an Everton fan is the chance to get European football slipping away from them on their own patch against their arch rivals, against, the team that actually built the city from a footballing perspective. But like I said, each to their own. I'm delighted. I'm genuinely buzzing. Any way you win a game against Everton or Manchester United, I'll always take it. So for me, it's definitely a positive evening. And that, to me, does guarantee us all, well, not mathematically, but I can't see us not getting Champions League football at this point. In all honesty, I'm looking at Villa now and thinking, can we beat them? Can we chase them down? It's possible. There's 3 points in it. So let's wait and see what happens. But for me, like I said, this is at least an end of the season that doesn't see us miss out on the big competition next year. You have to be in the Champions League. You have to be able to bring in that revenue, and you have to be able to attract the players with Champions League football. So now it's going to be over to the recruitment team. It's going to be over to the sporting director, to the owners, to see what they can pull out of the hat and see what they have ready for next season. Don't really know what to expect in the window. It is going to be a very interesting transfer window, because again, like, we have to remember, we'll do our bit, of course, but teams in and around us, they're going to spend as well. That meme guy said it was a nice win, but still a very poor performance. And again, it's another moment of magic papering over the cracks. So look, today, I'm happy to paper over the cracks. It's a derby win. Over the years, even when we've been at our best, derbies are always tough games. They're always you're gonna want to see the fight in there. And we did keep going. And the lads, the manager, and the players, they do deserve credit for that. To go up there at the other end of the pitch, 10 minutes into stoppage time, and for Virgil to show as much battling quality as he did, to wriggle away from the defenders. It was a great delivery from Dom as well. And it felt fitting that it was Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk with the goals today. Yeah, that I don't want to say irony, but that moment wasn't lost on me either. So, yeah, wasn't perfect, but we won. And that's what derbies are about, the bragging rights. Darren, how are you? Darren Scoot said, still don't understand the thinking behind Jones at right back and having Frimpong on the bench. I get playing Jones for the local lad who gets it. Always good to win the derby. Yeah, I still haven't really heard if there was worry about an injury or something for Jeremy Frimpong. Like, I would like to know whether it was a tactical thing or whether they're still not nursing him through to the end of the season, but they're still mindful maybe of another injury and the fact that we don't have right backs. Maybe he was being overly cautious. I don't know. Yeah. But, as you said, mate, we got the job done. So that'll do. Good result today, but, some more progress still to be made. But today's a big day. It really is. This weekend was about two things. How will Chelsea fare against Manchester United? And if they drop points, can we capitalise by winning at Everton? And we've done that. So you got to say, fair play to the players and manager on that one, because this was a defining weekend, I think, in the season. It really was. For us, we won't achieve what we want to achieve this year. That's gone away from us. But we have made sure that even in our poor season, that Champions League qualification is still going to be there, and that's a big factor. With the midfield, we need that inverted midfielder like Trent to support that midfield even more than we did with Klopp. Let Trent go up midfield and Robbo stay back, support the defence. It is going to be very interesting to see what they do on the right back situation, because I didn't expect that we'd be sitting here talking about that as a potential problem area for this summer. Whatever about Conor Bradley and his injury concerns, which we kind of knew about, really didn't expect to be talking about Frimpong having so many injuries this year. And that is something I hope that Slot and the medical team can really figure out. Because we can't go into next season constantly losing midfielders and having to shoehorn them into right back. We got to be a bit more robust. And I think robustness is probably something that we do need to keep in mind with any transfer activity this summer. Although, like we said, you would look at Frimpong and think he was fairly robust because his injury record before this season was pretty much non-existent. Love your show and honesty. I'm still slot out ASAP, enjoying a good win over the rivals, but when we wake up tomorrow, the same poor system will be in place. I'm definitely that way as well. You know what? I want to enjoy today because we haven't had enough to be happy about lately. We'd won winning 5 coming into tonight, or this evening, excuse me. We won that game, which is brilliant. But I'm the very same as your good self. I still don't think he's the right man to take us forward. But I'm relieved that we're going to get our Champions League qualification, because a few weeks ago that was starting to look really questionable. Chelsea were right there with us. They have fallen away and we've managed to extend that lead. So, yeah, good end to the season. Or as good an end to the season, I guess, as we can have at this point. But I'm really relieved that we get Champions League football for next season, because not having it would have been huge in the wrong sense, like in the wrong way.